a bitch to Benihana, designer drug seller. Hit a brick inside Balenciaga. Took murder on my mind, I seen her op and shot him. And she gon' get that kitty up, long as I got a bottle. Niggas talk like killers on the net, the bullet hit his noggin. You was in the class while I was summer hitting stains and robbing. They called my phone, that's what I made today, shit, it was 8,000. I'm tryna catch him walking out the crib, but I don't spray houses. Torture my cousin, I was tryna beat the snake out him. I love that bank, I got too used to getting paper out him. The buddy sent the op a headshot, he blew his brains out him. Went in the dungeon, I done pulled a couple K's out it. Go in my safe, I can pull 200K out it. I caught the op, he started running fast like he the fake Sonic. The fatty on that, yo, I ain't, and now the cane chronic. I seen the op die, you wanna know what I'ma say about it? We can't wait to catch the next one, them killers stay shopping. I mean, we buy niggas, and if you buy the nigga, then you gon' die if you ride with him. Why the fuck you call my phone, you tryna buy a little? You only sellin' hoes, damn, she better buy a crystal. I just pulled up in Hellcat, but I ain't buy a rental. We got a couple strikers put up, so we don't slide rental. I'm finna sell that bitch to dog food, I got her slide on Kindle. I done made some dog shit, then put it in the kennel. A couple options like it at the mall, we left him in the spittle. I thought he was my dog, he was really Malcolm in the middle. And he hesitates, so I just had to kill him. I only slide the SRTs, I make the bitch wiggle. When I be burning out, the bitch in college tryna finish class, but I'ma burn her out. Royal king around this bitch, I'm who they heard about. But do killers for the hire, took the murder out. But he still toting that strap, and he on probation. Sent bitties at the crib, I'm finna put them hoes in rotation. I'm somewhere in Arizona, trap phone banging. I finna meet up with the plug so we can serve nation. They be showing fake love, I know they be hating. It take a lot to make it to the top, you gotta be patient. They tried to sign me, I ain't do the deal, cause there's Freemasons. I ain't got a record deal, but I got 3 spaceships. Yeah, and they be flying off. Oh, you got 100 per 30, should I buy them all? But I got a fatty test for them to try it all. Starting to feel like I'm immortal, I can't die at all. Bitch to Benihana, designer drug seller. Hit a brick inside Balenciaga. Took murder on my mind, I seen her op and shot him. And she gon' get that kitty up, long as I got a bottle. Niggas talk like killers on the net, the bullet hit his noggin. You was in the class while I was summer hitting stains and robbing. They called my phone, that's what I made today, shit, it was 8,000. I'm tryna catch him walking out the crib, but I don't spray houses. Torture my cousin, I was tryna beat the snake out him. I love that bank, I got too used to getting paper out him. The buddy sent the op a headshot, he blew his brains out him. Went in the dungeon, I done pulled a couple K's out it. Go in my safe, I can pull 200K out it. I caught the op, he started running fast like he the fake Sonic. The fatty on that, yo, I ain't, and now the cane chronic. I seen the op die, you wanna know what I'ma say about it? We can't wait to catch the next one, them killers stay shopping. I mean, we buy niggas, and if you buy the nigga, then you gon' die if you ride with him. Why the fuck you call my phone, you tryna buy a little? You only sellin' hoes, damn, she better buy a crystal. I just pulled up in Hellcat, but I ain't buy a rental. We got a couple strikers put up, so we don't slide a rental. I'm finna sell that bitch to dog food, I got her slide on Kindle. I done made some dog shit, then put it in the kennel. A couple options like it at the mall, we left him in the spittle. I thought he was my dog, he was really Malcolm in the middle. And he hesitates, so I just had to kill him. I only slide the SRTs, I make the bitch wiggle. When I be burning out, the bitch in college tryna finish class, but I'ma burn her out. Royal king around this bitch, I'm who they heard about. But do killers for the hire, took the murder out. But he still toting that strap, and he on probation. Sent bitties at the crib, I'm finna put them hoes in rotation. I'm somewhere in Arizona, trap phone banging. I finna meet up with the plug so we can serve nation. They be showing fake love, I know they be hating. It take a lot to make it to the top, you gotta be patient. They tried to sign me, I ain't do the deal, cause there's Freemasons. I ain't got a record deal, but I got 3 spaceships. Yeah, and they be flying off. Oh, you got 100 per 30, should I buy them all? But I got a fatty test for them to try it all. Starting to feel like I'm immortal, I can't die at all.
Oh, bruh.
And when I sit back,
Man, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, gang. And it wasn't until, I'm not gonna lie to you, since a kid, right? I was always around people that I don't know how many folks can attest to it, but since a kid, gang, I was always around people that I felt like I had to dumb myself down around. Always playing the dumb myself down game, right? So what I would do was I'd come around the guys and I'd be like, yo, bro, the shit that you really into, save yourself the trouble. Don't even try to bring up those type of subjects around the guys. Cause one, they either not gonna give a fuck, or two, they probably won't even comprehend what you even talking about, right? Now, to be honest with you, I'm the type of person where humility is a thing. It is way too cold in here, gang. Oh my God. Humility is serious for me. Like, humility is very important, bro. You can't walk around thinking you know it all, thinking you're above people, shit like that, because it will get bad for you in life if you walk around with that type of attitude. So walking around with the type of attitude like you better than everybody, that ain't it. That is not what you want to get into. That ain't something that will have people gravitating towards you. And people can feel that. People can feel that energy. When you come in with that kind of energy, like you better than somebody, people feel it, gang. They might not say it, but they feel it. They'll peep it, and they'll take mental notes on how to maneuver with you if you're the type of person that thinks you're better than everybody. But that never been my problem. I just, after a while, bro, I started realizing that I'm better than certain situations. I'm better than certain crowds that, you know what I'm saying, be trying to lure me in and gain my energy. So, yeah, that's basically the difference. So when I was younger, gang, I used to just dumb myself down. And I hate using that term, dumb myself down. But that's the only one I can think of that could kind of resonate with what I'm talking about, bro. I would dumb myself down and just talk about the topics that, you know, people in my friend group was talking about, just to appease to the conversation, right? Slowly but surely, a lot of my peers started paying attention to my moves, because a lot of people are self-conscious in this world we live in, and a lot of people are, what's that word I'm looking for? When you have like this notion and this feeling inside of you that makes you feel like you're not worthy or you're not enough. Insecure. A lot of folks are insecure. So I'm from the hood, bro. I'm from the trenches. I'm from the projects. All those, right? I had a play cousin when I was growing up. A play cousin is somebody that you just used to run around with, get in trouble with. You know, you guys share similar interests, and, you know, your mom is not his mom and his mom is not your mom by blood or anything like that. But you guys are so close that you deem each other family. So I had a play cousin that, you know, I ended up going to middle school and realized that he lived in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Around my neighborhood. And on orientation day for this middle school where, you know, school didn't start, it still was kind of like the summer. And me and my mom attended orientation day. This was like a parent orientation, so they could give the parents a rundown of, you know, the programs they got at the school and this, that, and the third. So he wasn't my play cousin at the time, but when I ran into him at the orientation, he was like, "Hey, you live in the neighborhood?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, oh bro, I ain't even know." He's like, "Yeah, I live in the neighborhood too, but I be on that side, blah blah blah. Let's play football when we touch back down." I'm like, "Oh, all right, bet, cool." So from that moment on, we formed like a bond. I was with him every day. You know what I'm saying? We was with each other every day. But the reason why I'm talking about this story and how I knew, like, from a young age, I knew that I probably was cooked when it came to society, was because my play cousin Derek, That's my boy. We hang with each other. If I don't got it, he got it. If he don't got it, I got it. We share with each other. We don't think either of us are better. You know, sometimes they wouldn't even let us be on the same football team in the neighborhood when we play toss-up tackle because they're like, nah, bro, that's if you two on the same team, that's cheating. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we got to split y'all up because we worked really well together. But at this middle school, right? And I already knew it in my mind that I'm different from a lot of people. And I got to like maneuver a specific way if I want to survive in society. And this is a young me, like 11, 12 years old. This is a young me saying, damn, I got to actually do this and maneuver like this if I really want to just survive society and you know, the little circle of peers I was in. So we go to this middle school, and this middle school has a program to where they could bump you up a few grades, and they have remedial courses, they have regular courses, and they have honors courses. So I know I'm bright at this time at a young age, but I never really speak on that. When we play football, when we play basketball, I don't speak on me being bright and nothing like that, because I'm like, bro, I'm trying to be incognito. I'm trying to like lay low. I don't want to be a target, because one thing I always realized, even at a young age, was if I show the true me, I'll become a target. If I show the real me, I will become a target. Like, I just knew it. And yeah, me and my play cousin, we going to this middle school, you know, summer's past, first day of school. We got matching uniforms. You know what I mean? We got matching uniforms. We got whatever kicks we was wearing at the time, he'll wear the white ones, I wear the black ones. And that's just how we was rocking. That was my dog. You know what I mean? So first day of school, we in the 6th grade. They took all the 6th graders to this room, big room. And they were cycling us throughout the day, different sessions of 6th graders, and then giving us tours of the school on our first day. So, and they let us pick our schedule too. So that was something new. We got to pick our schedule, and like middle school was pretty cool. So on the first day, we sat down in this big room. Man, the 6th graders that was in my session, it was me, my play cousin, and like a bunch of whole other 6th graders in this room, right? And they was like, listen, we're going to give y'all a test to just test y'all knowledge and see what y'all actually know, and if y'all retain any information from what y'all learned in 5th grade and shit like that. So during the summer, I was reading a book called Winn-Dixie. Now, I had to read this book in the summer during 3rd grade, but I doubled back. So I was like, when it came to, you know, academics, my mom was on me. So during the summer, I always was doing something that had to do with reading. I probably go over my old math homework from the previous year and just do that in the summer, on top of just playing and, you know, working out. Yeah, I was a young guy working out, lifting, playing football, playing soccer, basketball. I was active, but I still would do things like, you know, academically. I still would just get my hands dirty with that. So it's safe to say I had some knowledge from 5th grade, because 5th grade, it really didn't stop for me. I continued in the summer to just keep learning new things. And I was a curious kid anyway. I always wanted to learn something new. I found a lot of things intriguing. It tired my mom, me being like that, but I found a lot of things intriguing. So we taking this test, all 6th graders, or the 6th graders in my session, we taking this test, right? So my play cousin, he kicking the side of my chair because he don't know the answers to some of these, you know what I'm saying? But me, I know, like, this is high risk. If they catch me, you know what I'm saying, feeding you answers and all that, we might get kicked out of here. Like, so I'm just like, yo, chill out. So, mind you, they just said this is a test to just gauge our knowledge on what we retained from the 5th grade. So I don't think nothing of it, but everything I chose to do in life, I always like make sure I did it at its best. So we taking this test and I'm answering to the best of my ability. My play cousin there, he finished before me. You know what I'm saying? He finished before me, and he just like, bro, hurry up. And then for anybody who finished, you drop the test off on the desk, and then they let you go outside to a specific area where we all had to meet up when you finished testing. But it was a time test, but I was really focused and locked in on I act like this test really meant something, which in the end, it kind of did mean something. So I'm taking this test. My cousin finished like 15 minutes later. I finished the test. I double checked my answers. I'm like, all right, cool. I finished the test. Probably like 3 people left. They was like, all right, so go to the courtyard. She gave me the directions on where to go to the courtyard to meet the rest of my group. And lunch is going to be in like 10 more minutes. Shit like that. So I go to the courtyard. My play cousin made some friends. He introduced me to him. Like, yeah, I'm JR, this, that, and the third. They was like, yeah, y'all had to take that long ass test. I was like, yeah. They was like, yeah, we was in the other room taking the long ass test, blah, blah, blah. So the bell rings, which was new to me. I'm like, okay, the bell ringing throughout the day. And like, all right. So our group ended up going into the lunchroom. And it was just a regular day. Like, it went through regular. After lunch, they gave us the rest of the tour on our first day. And then they said, tomorrow, you're going to meet more teachers. We're going to go over dynamics of what you'll be doing as a 6th grader. So basically, our whole first week was just introductory to how to maneuver through middle school. Like this middle school was like, it was like a different type of middle school. Like they had a magnet program. Like it was different. So our whole first year, because they took into account how 6th graders would kind of be lost. And they took into account like, bro, we got to get them acclimated to what it will be like nowadays. Because back in elementary school, we had a teacher, we had a door holder, we had a line leader. So our teachers used to escort us everywhere. In middle school, when that bell ring, it's your responsibility to get to your classes. So our whole first week, they was like, we're trying to get you acclimated to what it's going to be like, because you're going to have a little more freedom in middle school, right? So that's all the first week was about. But in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, but we did take a test. Like, why did we even take that test? I always was a thinker. I always thought like, that's just how I was, right? So by the second week of school, the whole first week, on Friday, like the last week, we were able to, because we met a lot of teachers from a lot of different what do you call it? Courses that taught a lot of different courses. So me and my cousin be like, yeah, we picking him. Yeah, we picking them. Yeah, we picking him. We picking them. So we were picking our teachers. So we had a schedule that we had to turn in by the end of the day on Friday on our first week of being this, that, and the third. So the second week, Monday comes. We going back to school. We taking a school bus for sure. But we going back to school, and when they're ushering our buses in there, they're saying, all new 6th graders, report to the office for your schedule, report to the office for your schedule, report to the office for your schedule. So we reporting to the office, and I'm stressed because I'm like, yo, bro, we need to hurry up and get our schedule because the bell already rung. First class is in session, and I'm gonna be late to class if I don't get my schedule. So I'm stressing out, thinking like, bro, we gotta hurry up and get to class. So while I'm stressing, the lady in the administration office goes, you don't have to worry about stressing to get to your class because you don't have to worry about stressing to get to your class because they know that all 6th graders are collecting their schedules. They know that all 6th graders might be late, and whenever they get there, they'll get there. So it won't be a penalty on you. And we're running these schedules to get them out to you, like for the whole second week. So by the end of the second week, you would know who your teachers are. They won't hold the absence against you. They know all the new 6th graders from this school is actually down in the office doing it. So I'm like, oh, okay, thank God. So we in the office just kicking. It's long lines. It's packed. Like lines is going down the hallway. Now my last name starts with B. So my play cousin, his last name starts with a K. So they're calling alphabetical schedules for you to come get your schedule. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be out of here like during first period, like close to the end of first period. I'll probably get my schedule. But you know, I'm sitting with my cousin, we talking, and then now I'm starting to hear the B's. You know, Brightmore, fucking Barrington. I'm making up B names, but they finally get to my name. I go, yes. So I get up, I go get my schedule, and I, you know, just messing around. I give my cousin the deuces. Peace, I'm out of here. He's like, you lucky. So I grab my schedule. I go to my first class. It's like 10 minutes left of class, but they taught us like what numbers on the doors and how to like just follow the numbers in order to get to your classroom. But it's like 10 minutes left before the bell rings. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I low-key sprint to my class. I was that excited for school. I ain't gonna lie. Like leaving elementary school and having a little more freedom in middle school, I'm just like, bro, it's lit. I'm excited. So I low-key like speed walk to my class because I want to meet my teacher and all that. So I get into class and all eyes on me. And then, you know, my teacher goes, hello, young man, how are you? We're just about to wrap up and, you know, finish class. Are you one of the new sixth graders? I'm like, yeah, that's me. I had to get my schedule, blase, blase. He's like, yeah, okay, well, this is history honors. U.S. some type of, bro. All I know is this teacher, the fact that he was the first teacher I met at the middle school and he taught me how to play chess. Shifu, that's what we used to call him because he was like a kung fu. He practiced kung fu and all that, and he had a curly long mustache on the ends. But it was honors something. And in his class was the first class I learned every country in South America. Still to this day, I credit his class for that. I think it was like history honors. So world history honors? Something like that, gang. But all I know is it was an honors class. So when he said honors, I was like, wait, what? Because I know it's remedial, then there's regular classes, and then there's honors classes. So I go, what? Honors? I said, why the fuck did he? I ain't say why the fuck, but I asked him, how did I end up here in honors? So he said, there was a test all you sixth graders took. He's breaking it out to me, and then the bell rung, but he's like, I'm like, you know, since I know sixth graders who are new to the school, they got leeway on getting to classes. I could just use this excuse for every class I'm late to. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait a little bit after the class so I can ask him like, how did I end up at honors? So Shifu, he was breaking it down to me. He said, okay, there was a test that you took on your first day, first week here. And judging by what you scored on that test, that's what they use to place and, you know, rank you within different classes or whatever. So if you did poorly, you're probably going to end up in like remedial classes. If you did pretty moderate, you're going to end up in regular classes. But if you did exceptional, like if you did really, really good, they put you in honors classes to see how you hold up. And and he told me this was a type of school to where that can change. You know, based off of your scores, if you get put in honors classes, but you're doing poorly throughout the transition of the year, you know, arrangements can be made at the school to where you might end up going down to a regular class and they'll see how you do in a regular class. If you keep messing up, you might end up going to the remedial class and you can work your way out of the remedial class if based off of performance. That's what the type of school this school was, right? So I'm like, okay. So I asked him, so I'm one of the smart ones. And he laughed and he was just like, man, you did pretty darn good. So yeah, I guess you could say that. So I said, man, Shifu, I appreciate you. I got to get to my next class and this might be my best, like my favorite class already. He's like, all right, cut it out. So I leave. I'm on my way to my second class. So my cousin Derek, right? I see him and he's like, yo, bro, I got my schedule. I don't know who these teachers are, but come on. I'm like, what you mean? Come on. I was like, bro, I got to get to class. He's like, bro, you already just came from class. I got my schedule now. and goddamn, I need to go to class. And I'm like, bro, how did you end up getting your schedule that fast? Because it was 10 minutes left for this class that I was in, first class of the day. We chopped it up a little bit after, the school bell rung. And then now you got your schedule. He's like, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. After they called your name, it went from B to F to G to L. And then boom, there I go. And I said, okay, pretty speedy process, whatever. So me and my cousin, even though I was a smart kid, I was a troublemaker as well. I would get into a lot of trouble. So my cousin would get into a lot of trouble too. So us two being together, it wasn't for the best every single time. So my cousin hit me with the, come on, let's go see what my class. You already see what your class look like. Plus you could tell him he thought just like me. Plus you could tell your second class that you're late. Like you can use that excuse. So I'm like, all right, let's go to your class. So me and him, we got our matching book bags on. We got the uniform on. We walk into my cousin Derek's class. He's early. He know how to read the numbers and everything the same way. We walk into his class, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like the people that was in the classroom, I think they probably knew each other from the neighborhoods they came from. But it was a lot of yelling. The teacher was sitting at their desk on the computer because, everybody got there early. So once the school bell rings again, then he'll start the class. Class will be in session. But he's sitting at the computer, and this classroom loud though. They yelling, doing all types of dumb shit. Like, I'm like, bro, these girls in here, are they like, do they know each other? They about to fight. They just really loud and in each other's faces and blah, blah. So I look at my cousin Derek like, what the fuck? Like, this class is like a madhouse. So Derek like, yeah, bro, I'm about to go talk to the teacher real quick. So I follow him. We go to the front of the class by the desk. He talked to the teacher. He's like, yo, this is so-and-so's class. The teacher looking at the computer. Yep, He's like, okay, well, here's my schedule. He said, you can hang on to that. I'm going to be taking attendance. He's not looking at my cousin. He's standing at the computer the whole time. You can hang on to that. I'm going to be taking attendance when the bell rings. Take a seat. Have a seat anywhere. Not even looking at my cousin. No proper introduction for real. Like, and I'm looking at my cousin like, what the fuck? Okay. So I go sit down with him because they give us like 10 minutes to get to class. So much time to get to class, bro. I loved middle school. I ain't gonna lie. Like the inception of middle school. I loved it. So I go sit down with my cousin and we just chopping it up. And he's like, bro, this class ain't it, bro. I was like, yeah, it's a lot of shit going on. I'm feeling overstimulated, but I'm like, but listen though, I'm gonna catch you. I gotta get to math class. So I dapped my cousin up. I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. I was like, yo, be easy. I think we had block scheduled too. So after this second class, they started going into waves of lunch. So there would be like an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, right? So I'm like, all right, bro, dap my cousin up. I leave. I walk out. Bro, as soon as I leave his class, I'm like following there's this dude on the right side of me. You know what I'm saying? He low-key on he walking the same path I'm walking. I make a left down the hallway. He make a left down the hallway. We walking. Keep going straight down. I make a right down another hallway. He make a right down another hallway. So I'm like, what the fuck? Is cuz following me? Whatever, right? So I finally get to my math class. I walk in. As soon as I walk in, the bell rings. She said, oh, you just made it. I'm so-and-so. Nice to meet you, fellas. And the dude that was walking the same path as me, he walking. I'm like, oh, this dude. I was like, oh, you got this class too? I was like, boy, I thought you was following me down the hall, gang. We both start laughing. So we gave her our schedules. She looked at it. Okay, nice. Have a seat. Introduced herself. Told us what the class was going to be like. Went over some problems, some exercises. We went around and introduced ourselves too. It was a calm environment. Real good class. And it was also an honors class, right? So the dude that I felt like was following me, his name is Jesus. So Jesus, she said, all right, we got 5. The whole class went smoothly. She said, we got 5 minutes left. It's free time for y'all to do whatever y'all want. Just don't line up at the door because you guys are part of a lunch, and just wait till the bell rings for you to get up and walk out. I just don't want no line at my door. All right, cool. So me and Jesus, we just kicking his shits. So he talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, bro. He's like, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican and black, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm Haitian. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we just start chopping it up, and he starts telling me like, yeah, you know how to play chess? And I was like, nah, I never played chess. He's like, yeah, when we go to lunch, the lunch that we're going to, Shifu, which was my world history honors teacher, Shifu holds like different tables and has different, you know what I'm saying, chess games going. So if you want, you can pull up and then I teach you. I really teach. Like, he lets us, like, it's a section in the lunchroom that he takes like 3 to 4 tables, and it's just a check, and they respect his shit. They respect Shifu. Like, he's been there. This teacher got married at my middle school, like before I became a middle school goer there. So that's how much they respect his shit, right? So I'm like, what? Hell yeah, bro. Fuck it. I'll learn chess. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the bell rings. I'm walking with Juan. I met Juan. His name Juan de Jesus. I kept calling him Jesus, but now Juan de Jesus. That's what his name was. Jesus just kept popping in my head, but Juan de Jesus. If Cuz out there somewhere and he, you stumbled across this video, that was one of the first friends I made at that middle school. Juan de Jesus. So we walking, we chopping it up. Then it hit me. Oh shit. I gotta sit with my cousin, my play cousin Derek. I can't be in lunch and just not sit with my cousin. Then I was like, oh, yo, Jesus, Juan. Anyways, I'm like, yo, Juan, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the sit at around the chess table enough like that, because my cousin, I gotta sit with my play cousin. Because I'm thinking my cousin Derek got the same lunch as me. So Juan is just like, oh, I mean, that's cool. Tell him to pull up too. I was like, I don't know if my cousin might want to like learn how to play chess or nothing like that, but shit, fuck it, it's worth a try. So we go in the lunchroom and he starts pointing like, you see those tables? Those are the chess tables. And I'm just looking like, damn, those chess, like, they respect Sifu shit. Like, they respect him. He had like 4 tables packed and they in there running games. And what's crazy is where he used to sit at, he'll be running the game and then turn around and play a different game. Like, he was that nice. But he was a grown-ass man, and these were like lunchtimes was a myriad of people. So you had 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. They like dismissed lunch based by like sections of the school. So because I was in a specific section, I was part of A lunch. So there'll be 7th graders and 8th graders all in there. But if you're not A lunch, can't be in there. If you at this building, you'll be B lunch. If you at this building, they gonna ring the bell later and you'll be C lunch, right? So he playing and he'll be multi-playing kids. So I'm like looking around the lunchroom and I'm just like, damn, I don't see my cousin. So one started letting me know how like, well, what class is your cousin in? I was like, well, he had class way on the other side of school. He's like, oh yeah, he probably got like B or C lunch. You're not gonna have the same lunch as him. The building we came from, like, Juan knew everything, gang. Like, that was one of my first friends that I fought with him. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they're probably not gonna have the same lunch. I'm like, damn, that made me a little sad though, because that's my nigga. Like, that's my cousin. So I was like, all right, cool. I go and grab a tray with Juan. We go sit by the chess tables. Juan's like, I got next on this game. So we eating, we talking about our favorite rappers, So Shifu goes, game's over, who's next? Juan goes, oh yeah. So Juan pull up, I pull up on the side. I'm eating my Mexican pizza and just watching Juan play. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. They doing that, they doing this, this, that, and the third. So I'm watching the game. I'm watching pieces move, but I don't really know how to play chess at this time, right? So the school bell rings, our lunch is over. So while our lunch is over, B lunch, like whoever has B lunch, they're walking in we're walking to like our next class and shit like that. So did we have A lunch, B lunch, C lunch? I think we did. But all I know is whoever had B lunch is walking into the lunchroom and we walk into our next class. So we held on to, we ended up getting our schedules back from our teachers because we used to hang on to them because we wouldn't remember what classes we had. So that was like a good guide for us for, you know what I'm saying, the second week of school. So I go in my book bag, we dump our trays. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know when I'm gonna have time, but niggas definitely got to teach me how to play chess. So me and Juan just walk out like, what class you got? He's like, I got this class. I'm like, well, I got this class. So, all right, my dog. So we dap it up. I go my way. He go his way. I see the students leaving a specific part of the school to go to, like, I'm asking them, excuse me, where's this group of people going? And they're like, oh, we're going to B lunch. Do you need to go to B lunch? I was like, no. I went to A lunch. I'm leaving. I'm going to class now. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, you lost? I was like, nah, I think I know where I'm going. It's just I'm trying to see my cousin. Y'all know Derek? They was like, we don't know nobody named Derek. I was like, all right, cool. Appreciate you. So I'm walking, getting my class. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I don't see my cousin. Like, so whatever. I get to my class, another honors class. It's I think language arts. So I get to my language arts class and I ain't see my cousin all day. Us getting our schedules in the office and then, you know, me walking to his class. That's the only time I see my cousin all day. But I made some friends in that class. And one of the friends I made, he ended up being on a basketball team. Middle school, we had a basketball team. And me and him was the only 6th graders that made that team. Everybody else was 7th and 8th graders. But we were the only 6th graders that made that team. So we ended up being friends in the class. And he's the one that put me on the basketball. He's like, yo, basketball. So I'm making all these friends in all my honors classes. And while we were in class, the bell rung. And the teacher had to let us know, that's not your bell to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's just C lunch, going to lunch. Our bell is going to come like in like 30 more minutes or whatever. So we start going over, what did we go? Metaphors, personifications, similes, and we did some exercises, and it was a pretty smooth day. Then 30 minutes later, a second bell came, and she's like, now you get to leave to your last class of the day, right? So at this point, C lunch would be leaving lunch and going to their class, right? And I run into my cousin. But while I run into my cousin, I see like the crowd of people behind him when we meet up at this specific part of the school. It's just wild behavior going on. It's just, and some of them people look a little too old to be in 8th grade, 7th grade, or 6th grade, whatever grade, but it was wild shit, bro. Dude slap boxing on their way, which was regular, like, that's regular hood project shit, but the whole day when I was going to my honors classes, when I was transitioning with people in my building, there was no ruckus. There was no loud screaming, yelling, obscenities, nothing. We just act like we had common sense, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to my cousin, and my cousin's like, bro, lunch was lit. Some niggas was about to fight in there. It's this hood versus that hood. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, what? Is people in here doing that? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, what lunch you? He's like, I got C lunch, gang. I'm like, oh, word? Okay. And come to think of it, he probably had B lunch. It probably was 2 lunches in the day. But I'm hazy because I'm pulling my memory from way back in middle school. So, but his lunch was rowdy. His lunch was hella rowdy. Like, so he's like, how was your lunch? I was like, bro, niggas trying to teach me how to play chess. I'm going to learn. I was like, I was going to tell you, put my cousin, ain't nobody trying to learn how to play no fucking chess. Bring the checkers out. You know what I'm saying? Because we played checkers and Connect 4. Checkers and Connect 4, that's something we always did. So I'm like, damn. So what you about to do now? He's like, shit, we about to go to our last class of the day. And we headed to the bus loop. So I'm like, all right, cool. Where your class at? I'll fuck around, walk you to your class, gang. Cause that's my play cousin. That was the only before today, the friends that I made today, he was the only person I knew in this school. So I ain't see him all day. So I kind of felt like alienated. And you know what I'm saying? I want to hang with my guy, my bro. So we walked to my cousin class, same thing as the other class we walked into. Wild circus. People in there throwing shit at each other. Just crazy work, gang. So I'm like, yo, bro, why? And I tried to figure out a way to say this because I didn't want to come off as disrespectful. But I said, yo, bro, both the classes I went to like the first class I went to, that was your class, and this class, why is like hella people in this bitch arguing, bad behavior, shit like that? He was like, oh, bro, you remember that test we took? I said, yeah. He said, bro, I did so bad on that motherfucking test. They put me in all remedial classes. I said, word? He's like, yeah, I got all remedial classes on my schedule, gang. And I said, bro, you ain't remember like some of the stuff on the test from like 5th grade, elementary, and nothing like that? He's like, bro, what? I struggled in 5th grade too. This is my cousin telling me this. We never talked about school, nothing like that when we was out and about playing sports in the neighborhood. She was like, bro, I struggled in 5th grade shit too. I don't remember none of that shit. And I was like, so you got all remedial classes? He's like, yep. He said, shit, the only thing I could do is like probably do good and make my way to regular classes like you. And I said, how you know I got regular classes? He's like, cause you ain't in none of these classes with me, nigga. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Then my cousin said, you do got regular classes, right? Bro, the reason why I didn't want to tell him what type of classes I had, because as a young kid, I knew for a fact, if people found out who I really was, how I really thought, I'm cooked. Playing dumb is an art. And I played dumb in my projects. I played dumb in my hood. I played dumb in other people's hoods. I played dumb when communicating with adults. That's what always helped me get by in life. And I was a young kid thinking like this. If these boys know I want to learn how to play chess, if they know I'm actually a gifted kid and I'm going to become a target. That's just how I thought. So I never told my cousin I had honors classes. You do got regular classes, right? But it's my cousin though, my play cousin. I'm like, I could tell him the truth of anything. Like, we like this, we locked in. So I went, bro, nah, I ain't got no regular classes. I was like, bro, I got honors classes. And in middle school, honors was like the top class to have. It's honors, regular, then remedial classes. The remedial classes, you had people they just migrated to the country, didn't speak English, people that had learning disabilities and behavioral issues. That's what the remedial classes was for. Regular classes, I guess you just a regular kid. You know what I'm saying? Regular work. The honors classes was the advanced shit. So I was like, bro, I actually have honors classes. So my cousin's like, what the hell? So he joking, but he said, how your stupid ass get honors classes? Now, anybody with a short temper who doesn't use their brain, they'll be offended by some shit like that. They'll be like, the fuck? How you calling me stupid and you got remedial classes? Nigga, you stupid. But I knew better. I knew better not to take any offense to that shit because I'm like, bro, I don't want you to know I'm smart anyway. So I told my cousin, shit, I probably just got lucky, bro. He's like, hell nah, nigga, you focused on that test. You finished like damn near 20 minutes after me. I know you was locked in on that test. So I'm just like, bro, I don't know. I that just got honors courses, right? And he's like, shit, well, hopefully when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be right there with you in honors. I was like, shit, hopefully, because this shit is crazy. So I dapped my cousin up. I made my way to my last class of the day, PE. My schedule couldn't have got any better. It couldn't have gotten any better. I was in PE for the last class of the day. Now, if I had PE the first class of the day, you got a problem. Because I'm going to sweat and I got to deal with being sweaty the rest of the day. Having PE for the last class of the day is like perfect. I got my food in my belly. I can work my food off by hooping. And when I was hooping, I met some more new friends, right? So 10 minutes before the bell ring, It's like, hey, line up, line up, line up. Go under the pavilion, line up, blase, blase, grab your book bags, get ready to be dismissed. You're gonna leave from here to the bus loop. There's gonna be 3 different announcements. 1 is for walkers. All right. 2 is for car riders. And then 3 is for the bus loop. All right. Pay attention for which one I tell to go. So this is the end of the day. The bell rings, said walkers only, walkers. He released the walkers. My PE teacher was a man. He released the walkers. Then a couple minutes later, the bell goes off. Car riders, we need all car riders. Car riders, please be dismissed. The car riders start leaving. Me and my cousin, we take the bus. So the bell rings, last bell. All right, all bus riders, you may please be dismissed. You may be dismissed now, all bus riders. So I get up, I start walking to the bus loop. I pay attention to, there was codes on the side of the buses, but a lot of the times the codes would be flipped and one number would be missing and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying attention to the code. I'm paying attention to the driver. Whoever the driver is, that's what I'm paying attention to. So we've been riding this bus for like a whole week now. And, this is our second week of school. And this is an odd day. We got block scheduling. So this is an odd day, right? So I see my cousin. I'm like, yo, bro, the bus is right here. So we go into the bus and we good afternoon. We go all the way to the back because we're mischievous kids. So we go all the way to the back, chilling. And one of my homies that's on a basket, like that wanted to play basketball, that I was cool with in class, he's on the bus. And I'm like, yo. He like, yeah. I'm like, bro, pull up. So he comes to the back with me. I'm dapping him up. I'm talking. Nobody, like, the only person my cousin knows on this bus is me. The only people that get off of that stop is me and my cousin. So we're the only ones that, we know each other. We sit in the back, yap it up, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I did not, like, the first week of school, I'm talking to the cuz that wanted to play on the basketball team in class that I made friends with. I'm like, yo, bro, why you wasn't on the bus the first week of school? It's like, my mom was driving me to school, blah, blah. But, you know what I'm saying? I actually live over here. I'm like, what? I was like, yo, that's like 5 minutes from where we stay. And he's like, oh, word? I'm like, yeah, you could probably just pull up to our bus stop. He's like, bro, I was wondering where the bus stop was at in the morning. I was like, yeah, in the morning is right around our way. So he was like, all right, cool. I'm rocking with y'all then. So what used to be a day where me and my cousin ride the bus home ended up being like, it's kind of like a forced trio now because I got another homie. So we get off at our stop, our neighborhood, and then dude that wanted to be on a basketball team, he ended up going, all right, y'all boys, we dap it up with him, and his hood like 5 minutes from us, but walking had to be like 15 minutes. So it wasn't that bad of a walk. So me and my cousin, we get to walking. My cousin's like, who the fuck is that nigga? I was like, bro, do you know our middle school got a basketball team? Me and my cousin used to play recreational basketball. We would go to the local rec and they'll let the youngins play. We play recreational basketball, we'll play football, but never like officially for like a school. It's our first year in middle school. I was like, bro, you know the school got a team? He was like, what? I was like, yes, bro, they got a team. And he thinking about trying out for the team. And he told me to try out dates and blah, you should come. My cousin was like, I guess if you know what I mean? If you want to try out, fuck it, I'll go try out too, blah, blah. And like, I was like, yeah, he is 6th grader too. So it's going to be we going to be the only 6th graders on the team. Cause he told me he got cousins that, 2 cousins that play for the team, and it ain't no 6th graders on that team. It's only 7th and 8th graders. So if we go to tryouts, we gonna make it. That's how I'm talking. Like, we gonna make it because we nice. In my mind, that's how I'm talking, right? Now, the second day of school, this is block scheduling. So the first day is an odd day. The second day is an even day. So on all, just to make it short, long story short, on the even day, bro, me and my cousin don't got no classes because he got the remedial classes. I got the honors classes. So I'm meeting new people because as a young kid, bro, I wouldn't say I was friendly because I did have like a disposition with me that was kind of standoffish, but I'm a comedian. So I'm funny. So with me being funny, it just drew in a lot of people. I started making friends who was girls. Girls started having crushes on me. Things. So my day's going smooth. But, after that second day, we go back to the bus after the day's over. I chop it up with my cousin. My other homie that's trying out for the basketball team, he's on a bus. My cousin just looking like, bro, these classes is OD, bro. Like, if people getting ready to fight, it's cussing. I'm not learning nothing because they keep disrupting the teacher. I'm just like, fuck, you can't go to the office and tell them to like switch you out these classes. He's like, bro, I might have to, bro, because they just ruined my second day of school. It's going bad for me. So I don't want to talk about how fire my second day of school is when my homie day being fucked up. But I got another homie on the bus that keep talking about the good shit that we went through today. So while we talking, we get off the bus. We dap the homie up. He go his way to his neighborhood. We start walking to our neighborhood. My cousin quiet on that walk, right? Real quiet. So I don't even talk about the day. We just walk in silence. Look like he had a fucked up day. You know what I'm saying? So now the one person in my life as a young kid, I felt like, bro, he's not going to feel some type of way if I'm in honors classes. This is where the separation starts happening. This is where I start realizing when it comes to society, I'm cooked. I don't belong in society at all, or how they were shaping society to be. I don't belong in what the masses partake in. This is why I started seeing it. My cousin got remedial classes. We in 6th grade. I got honors classes. He didn't feel no type of way about it in the beginning. But now during the weekends, I have homework to do. So all the times that we go outside and play football, I wasn't available. I had to do my homework. So as time goes by, basketball tryouts, they talk about basketball tryouts is on this day. I'm in class like, I'm ready. So that morning of basketball tryouts, my cousin, we used to hold our sneakers in our hands. Like, he got his sneaks. I got my sneaks in my hand. And we ready for basketball tryouts. And basketball tryouts was after school. They used to have after school buses. So we had the plan mapped out. Like, I used to tell, because my mom was like, who the hell coming to pick you up if basketball practice is after school, blah, blah. You better find a way home. I was like, Mom, they got after school buses. It's going to drop me off. And oddly enough, the after school bus was going to drop me off closer to our neighborhood than the regular bus would. So I was hype about that. I was like, I got after school bus. Me and Derek going to try out. She knew my play cousin. Me and Derek going to try out, blah, blah. So we go to school. We just got our shoes in our hand. And you know who's getting ready to try out? Because all throughout school, you see other dudes with their hoop sneakers. You see the hoop sneakers in their hand. Or they had a second book bag. It was like one of those string book bags that had the long strings and was regular. So they would have their shoes in that book bag. So you know who's coming to tryouts. And the whole day, though, I'm hype. I'm excited because in my mind, I'm like, bro, I know I'm nice, but y'all ain't get to see how nice I am because I'm a new kid. I'm a new student. So not only do you got like, it wasn't a lot of 6th graders trying out, bro. Like, it was me, my cousin, my homie, and another 6th grader who was real ass. He was ass, but he was tall. But he was so ass that they're like, he didn't end up making it because like some people go, nah, he's tall as hell. Like, we can use him and shit like that. But he was so ass that, my coach was like, we're better off not even putting him on the squad. And plus we had tall 8th graders. So But yeah, I'm hyped the whole day because I'm like, bro, y'all don't know how nice I am. I'm about to shock niggas at this tryout, right? So we pull up the tryouts. He go, all my returners, I already know who my returners are. All the eighth graders, they get up like on some tough guy shit. All the eighth graders get up, they maneuver over there on that side. Then seventh graders who, are returners who tried out probably sixth grade that didn't make it, transfers who came to this middle school at seventh grade, like, they stand up and they're in their own group. And then the coach go, y'all seventh grade or eighth grade? It was me, my cousin, my homie who's in sixth grade, and this other tall kid who's a sixth grader. He goes, I just called seventh graders and eighth graders. Which one of y'all? We all looked at each other. I was the only one to speak up. And go, we're sixth graders. The coach like, what? Who told y'all to come try out? I was like, are we not allowed to try out? The coach was like, no, you know what? You could try, but are you any good? I was like, I'm raw. I told him that. I said, I'm raw. Like, yo, my coach looked at me like, he started laughing. Coach Banks, he started laughing. He looked back at the seventh and eighth graders like, this kid got some nuts on him. You raw, huh? I was like, I'm raw. Like, I'm the only one talking though. My cousin not saying nothing. My homie from class not saying nothing. And this tall, gangly motherfucker not saying nothing. So I'm like talking. So he goes, you know what? We gonna make y'all own group today. He's like, cause I ain't never had no six. He said he never had no sixth graders trying out, bro. Never. It's like sixth graders knew their place and was like, they got seventh graders, they got big eighth graders. Listen, maybe next year. Where it's like sixth graders knew their place. So I ain't never had no sixth graders try out. So y'all gonna be your own little group today. We gonna run y'all through some drills and blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now he set up the cones. The eighth graders who are returners, they know the drills. So they're kind of like leading us into the drills. He set up the cones, this, that, and the third. So he would go, eighth, go ahead. He'd examine the eighth grader doing the drill. He's examining them. Like seeing, okay. He would stand there with his clipboard. Since the coach would be right next to him. Seventh graders next. The seventh graders be running the drill. He's examining them. He's like, all right, sixth graders, we run a drill. It's like four of us, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if my cousin was nervous because this is the actual like team. It's an organized sport. So I don't know if he was nervous, but he fumbling around the cones. He tripping over his feet, gang. And the tall, gangly motherfucker, he's trash. So he can't do nothing right. He dribble. He trying to dribble like this. So the tall kid in our group was trash. My homie from class, nice. And I'm the type of motherfucker, I think competitively. Like, if you're not from my hood, if you're not from my block, if you're not from my projects, I look at you as like competition. So friendly competition though. So when my homie from class was doing good, I was like, the next drill I gotta do better. Cause he kind of nice, right? So we go through the drills. My cousin doesn't get any better. My cousin nice though. Like when we play recreation, like when we go to the rec and they give us little jerseys and they let us play in the rec and there's refs there and shit like that. And we nice. Like, so I don't I don't know if he was nervous or nothing like that, but I'm like, yo, Derek, you way better than this, bro. You good? He ain't say nothing to me. So while we sitting there listening, talking to the coach was like, all right, well, we thoroughly examined everybody today. Tomorrow, there's going to be a list on my office door. You can come by and check and see if you made the list. If you didn't make the list, don't come talk to me. Don't come try to beg for a spot. It was that serious. He like, don't come try to beg me for no spot. I'm only going like, what he said, like, I'm only going 12 deep on the roster, blah, blah. We can go 15 deep, but I don't need the lot of you. So our coach was straightforward. So he's like, yeah, if you didn't make the team, don't be trying to come cause problems. Don't be trying to, you know what I mean? You didn't make, you just got cut. So I'm like, I'm hype as hell. Like, we got on the after school bus. I'm with my homie from class. I'm like, yo, bro, you was cooking. Yeah, you was doing your thing in the drills there. He's like, nah, I was trying to keep up with you. I'm like, bro, when all three of us make it, bro, we gonna be like the three amigos. So my cousin, I'm not gonna lie, Derek, he got his headphones in. He got his knee up on the back of like the seat in front of him. His head just leaned back. And I'm like, yo, bro, when all three of us make it, we're going to be the first sixth graders in this school history to make the fucking team, bro. And I dapped my homie up. I was like, yo, Derek, I'm tapping him. He went, I said, yo, when all three of us make it, we're going to be the first three sixth graders to make the team, like, ever in school history. This man Derek said, He put his headphones back in. I looked at my homie. And he said, what's wrong with him? I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. Here's how crazily positive I am. Even though my cousin Derek did so trash in the tryouts, I still believed that he was going to make the team. I was like, bro, Derek's going to make the team. He's going to make the team, bro. Like, there's no way he's not going to make the team. I know my cousin raw. Like, he's nice. So we get off the bus. Dap my homie up. Derek just start walking to our neighborhood. But he's been acting like this for the past like week. So nothing new. I just was like, bro. I'm tired of dealing with this dude mood swing. Like, I'm tired of asking him, is you straight? So when he start walking off, I dap my homie. I was like, bro, I don't know what's wrong with Cuz. He was like, oh. Because he don't know Derek from a can of paint. He know Derek because I introduced my play cousin to him. So my homie from class was like, whatever, that's something y'all got to talk with. He ain't my homie. So he start walking that way. I jog up, get close to Derek. We just start walking. It was always my crib. My crib was always first. And then he lived deeper in the neighborhood. So I get to my, you know what I'm saying, my little lobby. I put my hand out to dap my cousin up. He keeps walking. I tap his shoulder. He went, He took his headphones out, looked back. I gave him my hand like, yo. He's like, all right. We dap it up. He keeps walking. I go inside. I'm just like, bro, something up with him. But I'm excited, though, because I felt good about, you know what I'm saying, tryouts and everything. So around this time, we have odd days, even days, odd days, even days. We got used to our schedule. But the only thing I'm worried about is going to see that list on that door. So we did tryouts, wake up in the morning. We get on the bus per usual. Derek throwing one of his mood swings. He throwing his headphones in. But then, you know, I had to think at the time, he's in them remedial classes and the behavior is terrible. People fighting. All types of dumb shit. So I'm guessing like he was dealing with a lot at the time, but a lot of good shit was going on for me. I'm learning. I learned how to play chess by this time. I know how to pawn, the rook, the bishop move, the queen, the king. Like, I know how a lot of, like, I just was learning. I was getting better and opportunities were just being flooded my way while my homie, my play cousin Derek, was just suffering low key. So when we get to school, we would normally go to the cafeteria for breakfast. I didn't want breakfast. I didn't give a fuck about breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I start just beelining to the coach's office on campus. Like, that's the only thing I'm worried about. I need to go see that list, right? So my homie tapped my shoulder. Derek, he went to breakfast. Like, he gonna go to breakfast, whatever. And then I started realizing he started having like other friends. So I was like, all right, cool. You made other friends. I can't get mad because I was making other friends too. So my play cousin, he goes to breakfast, whatever, right? So my homie from class who tried out with me, He tapped my shoulder. He's like, "You going to see that list?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to see that list on coach's door." So mind you, for tryouts, it had to be like 30-something kids, bro. 30-something kids. I go to the door. I see people leaving my coach's office with like tears in their eyes, welling up, hyperventilating. And I'm just like, damn, I guess he ain't made the team. Now, the whole time, like in real life, there was a possibility where I couldn't have made the team, but my spirit knew. I just was so excited. Like, middle school was just a great experience, a start-off experience for me. So I just had good vibes. So me and my homie from class, we just walking. And then we seen Coach. He was like, "Hey, Coach Banks, hey, how's it going?" And then he slammed his door. So it ain't no telling how many kids Coach Banks had to talk to and let know, like, yeah, well, you didn't make the team, blase. Cause even though he said, don't come bother him about shit, people still was bothering him about shit. So it ain't no telling how many kids he had to talk to, right? So, yo, Coach Banks, hey, how's it going? Bang, he shut the door. So when he shut that door, we seen the list from afar. Me and my homie, we start walking up. I start looking. I'm looking like, bro, I don't see my name. My name was way at the bottom. Did he strategically put my name at the bottom because I was a sixth grader? I don't know. I didn't give a fuck, though. I did not give a fuck because my name's on the list. I said, let's go. My homie started looking for his name. Found his name. Right above mine, which was odd, but whatever. So he's like, let's go. We made it. Coach Banks opens his door. He goes, "Man, stop making all that darn noise outside my office." We go, "Oh, sorry, Coach Banks. Sorry. We apologize. He's like, "Get up out of here." So me and my cousin from class, we get up out of there, right? We leave. Now, here's the thing. The list wasn't in alphabetical order. The list wasn't going by grade wise or nothing like that. Because my friend's last name started with a letter that was like, his last name ain't start with nothing before a B. It would have to be a B or A to be above mine. But his last name started with H. So I'm like, all right. So it's not an alphabetical order. So I'm walking and thinking, I'm like, how your name was above mine? He's like, I don't know, bro. Maybe they just jumbled it all up. I was like, it had to be because it wasn't in alphabetical order. He's like, it definitely wasn't in alphabetical order. So we were able to check the list and still make it to breakfast. So we walk into breakfast. We in the line just chopping it up, laughing, this, that, and the third. Derek comes join us. He already had his breakfast and he was chilling with his homies. But I see him get up from the other homies he made and I see him walk to the line. So he walks to the line. He's like, "Yo, y'all just came from, you know what I'm saying, reading the list?" I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah." He's like, "I definitely made that vid and my dog made that vid too." So Derek asked, "Did you see my name on there?" And that's when I knew right then and there, yeah, it's coming to a point where I think me and Derek is like parting ways in our friendship because we used to do everything together. We did everything together. Now, the older me, if I went to go check a list, I definitely would check and see if Derek's name was on there, if Derek wasn't around. I would definitely check and see, let me see my play cousin name on there. That would have been a priority of mine. The fact that it slipped my mind, I realized I think we're drifting apart, me and my play cousin. So my cousin asked me, "Did you see my name on there?" I looked at my homie looked at me. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember. And my play cousin looked at me and went, "Damn, that's crazy, bro." And I was like, nah, bro, I just like hella excited. So it just slipped my mind. But then I started getting defensive. I was like, well, bro, the list is still on the door though. Bro, you can actually go check. What was on your mind was to get that donut that morning. Like we used to have this morning donut where it came like in a small plastic bag and it was fire. I was like, bro, what was on your mind was to come up in here and get that little glazed donut in that plastic bag. You wasn't worried about the list anyway. And we like, I'm starting to feel like it's a little tension. And he's like, nah, it's cool, bro. It's straight. I'll go check on my own, gang. I was like, no, I can go with you. Just let me get my lunch. He's like, nah, it's cool. I'll go check on my own. Niggas don't give a fuck. And he just walked away. I looked at my homie like, bro, am I tripping or? He's just like, man. My homie from class was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He been bitching. These last couple of weeks, he been bitching. Plus, he a grown-ass man, bro. We in middle school, but he a grown-ass man. He can go check the list. And like, that's not your job to check the list and all. Like, who you supposed to be, his mom or something? I was like, bro, I don't feel like I'm tripping. Let's get some breakfast. So we went and got breakfast. Me and my homie from class, we sat down. We eating. Derek get up from where because the homies he had, I ain't really meshed with them homies. I don't know them. The homies I introduced my cousin to them. My play cousin. I'm like, yo, this is my play cousin, Derek. I never said play cousin, but I was like, this is my cousin, Derek. I introduced him to the homies I got. He never introduced me to them homies. And them boys was wild as shit anyway, bro. Like, on dumb, like, they would do dumb shit, like, throw food across the fucking cafeteria early in the morning, like, dumb shit. So, I didn't know them guys. But he got up, left, and then my homie from class was like, bro, you sure you don't remember seeing his name on there? I was like, bro, I was just so excited to scan and see my shit. I don't remember seeing his name on there. He was like, all right, cool. So bell rings. We go to our first class. The whole day, I'm telling my teachers, yeah, you know, I just made the basketball team and blah. It's like, really? Aren't you in 6th grade? I was like, yeah, but like, it's like, yeah, 6th graders normally don't make the team. And they was like, you must be a special player. So yeah, I started feeling myself throughout the day. And my homie from class, my second class, he was there. He was talking about how, you know, we some special players again because we the only 6th graders that made this team. So the day ended with me going to PE for my last class. I did the lunch, and now I'm actually in lunch. I'm actually playing chess. I'm at one of the tables playing chess and lunch now. So I'm getting acclimated to my environment, bro. I'm fitting in where I fit in. I'm with the honors kids, and it's middle school is looking up for me. I'll say that much. So the day ends. I get on the bus. My homie from class, I see him on the bus. I'm waiting for my cousin to get on the bus, but I don't see him nowhere. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Where Derek at? So the bus driver, I'm like, bus driver, hold on. My cousin still ain't get on the bus yet. The bus driver really waited 5 minutes to see if Derek could get on the bus. She said, I gotta go. I'm like, all right. And she's like, sorry about that, but I gotta go. Hopefully he find his way home. I'm like, all right. So we on the bus. I'm talking to my homie. And this was the day where I just walked my homie home. My homie lived like 15 minutes away. And you know what I'm saying, I don't know, bro. It just felt odd to just be walking home by myself. Even though when I walk him 15 minutes that way, I got to walk the whole 20 minutes back my way. But I just wanted to talk to somebody. So we just chopping it up. He's like, bro, what do you think the jersey's going to look like? What do you think the da-da-da? He's like, man, the first game, as soon as I get put in the game, we start like daydreaming. We start daydreaming about what we would do in the game, how we would play on game day. And I walk him home. I'm like, all right, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you walking nigga home. Did that. We shake it up. I go, yeah, I'm about to walk home. So I walk home. And how my neighborhood was, like, there would be a big field of grass where we would play football at. You had to pass that field before I get to where I lived at in the Jacks, right? So I see Derek outside playing football with some niggas. So I walk up and I'm like, yo, Derek. And he act like he don't hear me, gang. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I get closer to the field they playing football at. And I'm like, yo, Derek. Now the other dudes that's in that field, they stop and look at me. And Derek's still like trying to tackle whoever he got his eyes on. He get him down. He get up and like, all right, it's third down. I'm like, what the hell? So they're not going to act like they don't see me. These dudes, they go, yo, Derek, I think somebody calling you. I go, yo, Derek, bro, what's up? I ain't see you in school today. That man said, bro, third down, bro. Down. Said, is y'all going to play or not? Act like he ain't even see me. Right? So I go, what the fuck? That's weird. So now I'm embarrassed because it's these dudes that I'm guessing they from the school, but they came from like a different neighborhood. Bro, the way my projects was set up and the way my neighborhood was set up, like we had a lot of people coming from different hoods coming to our shit. Our shit was popular. So I'm guessing they was from the school, but they came from a different hood. So they continue with the game, but it's more dudes on like the sidewalk just watching what happened. Now I'm embarrassed. I'm just like, this nigga played me like I was nothing. So I go, bro, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to just keep on walking. I still got my school clothes on, book bag on. I'm just going to keep on walking and mind my business, bro. I don't know what my cousin on. He probably mad for something that I ain't do. And I'm guessing he skipped school today because he ain't have his uniform on, nothing. So I get home. I tell my mom, like, I made the team, like, it's lit. And she's like, okay, well, you better find a ride from the games. I'm like, you keep talking about the games, I'm going to find my way back home. Just be happy that I made the team. She's like, all right, cool. And if your grades start slipping, I'm going to make sure you don't play. So I'm like, all right, cool. So morning time come. I'm at the bus stop. Derek pull up. I'm like, bro. I'm tapping him though, like, cause he got his headphones in. I'm tapping him like, bro, what you got? You got beef with me or something? I just really want to know. Cause I'm not gonna lie to y'all. For anybody on the outside looking in who has a mature mind, they actually see what's going on. They seen that like we kind of split ways, and our friendship is kind of like is becoming indifferent. Like I'm going down one path, he's going down another path. I'm just like, bro, you got beef with me? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to figure something out. So there it goes. I ain't even make the team. I said, what? He go, yeah, the list on coach's door. I went, oh, the basketball team? He's like, yeah, I ain't make it, bro. I went, nah, bro, we gotta go talk to coach. Ain't no way you ain't make it, bro. What? He don't know that you nice. He's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit. He said, you can have that shit. I said, what do you mean I can have that shit? What do you mean I can have that? I'm like, bro, I know you're not mad at me. And I wasn't thinking when I said this. It's just the attitude Cuz was giving me. It's like, bro, you act like it's my fault you ain't make it. And even though you didn't make it, I'm trying to find solutions as to how we can still get you on the team. So when he told me you can have that shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, bro. In my mind, I'm like, bro, stop acting like you ain't want to make the team, bro. Because that's actually a nice-ass team. That's a nice-ass team. Stop acting like you ain't want to make it. And now you acting like making the team is just whatever. So when he go, you can have that shit. I looked at my cousin. I said, bro, I know you're not mad at me because I made the team and you didn't. Now, when you actually care for a sport and you try out for a sport and you want to make the team and you don't make it and somebody bring it up how I just brought it up, it looks like they're throwing it in your face. And it looks like you don't have any empathy for the person in the moment, which was not my, bro, I'm telling you, that shit was not my intent at all. That was not my intent at all, gang. I ain't want to be on some nanny boo boo, I made you didn't, you asked type shit. I just wasn't thinking. So I was like, bro, you actually mad at me because I made the team and you didn't? That's why you been giving me like silent treatment. You been hanging out with other people. My cousin said, what? He's like, bro, fuck that weak ass team. I don't give a fuck. And he's like, you been hanging out with other people too. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but I introduced you to the new homies I made. I don't even know these dudes you hanging with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't even see you in school all day the other day. I come to the hood, you playing football with these niggas. And I'm like, bro, you ain't got your uniform on, so I'm already knowing you skipped school. He's like, nigga, give a fuck. Fuck school. I'm like, oh, no, that ain't it. We wasn't raised on that. That fuck school shit. We in the 6th grade. Him talking like that was shocking to me. So now I'm like, all right, bro, listen. When we get to school, if you want, I'll go to Coach Banks' office with you, bro. And he's like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that team. Fuck that school. I don't care, bro. Y'all trash anyway. My cousin ain't never called me trash. We never was pitted against each other. We always had each other back. So when he said that, I was like, okay. I said, nah, I know you tripping. Because it ain't no way in hell you believe I'm trash. And he's like, so you think I'm trash then? That's why I ain't make it, right? Because I'm trash. I'm not trying to get in this argument with cuz at the bus stop early in the morning. But I'm like, I'm not saying you trash neither, bro. It just, you wanted to make the team too. So stop acting like we trash now that you didn't make it. Then that's when cuz let me know. And that's when I realized for as long as I live, I'm cooked. My cousin looked me dead in my eyes and said, bro, ever since you've been in honors classes, you think you better than me. He looked me dead in my eyes and said, ever since you've been in honors classes, you think you better than me, bro. You not better than me. Now, mind you, I never brought up my honors classes in a fashion that was like me shitting on him. I never said I feel like I'm better than him because I'm in honors classes and he's in remedial classes. Never said none of that. What I actually did in life was achieve high goals. And my day one that I was hanging around with, that I was real close with, done been in my house, I'd have been in his house, end up turning on me. Because I was shining. I never thought some shit like that would happen between me and my cousin. I never put it in his face that he was in remedial classes, I was in honors classes. I never did none of that shit, gang. Because I know a person being like that, that's the worst person alive. Trying to flex on somebody and think you better than somebody, that never was my attitude, never was my vibe. But here my cousin, he finally let it out the bag. My cousin finally said, ever since you've been in them honors classes, you think you better than me, nigga. And the way he looked at me like he wanted to knock me out, but I could fight. My cousin could fight too. But he said that, he's like, fuck wrong with you, and put his headphone back in. From that moment on, we stopped fucking with each other. I just stood there. And this the second time I feel like my cousin punked me. This is the second time I felt like he played with me like, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I felt pussy. I felt played. The bus pulls up. He get up. He sit where he want to sit. I go sit in the back like I normally sit, bro. My homie tried to talk to me on the bus. I ain't even talking to him. I ain't talking to my homie on the bus because I'm still trying to process what's going on. Like, do we still be cool? Are we going to hang with each other anymore? Like, but it is what it is. I get to school. I'm sitting. My homie like, bro, you straight? I was like, bro, this is what my cousin just said before the bus pulled up. This man talk about, I act like I'm better than him ever since I've been in them honors classes, bro. So my homie started talking to me because me and him we're the only sixth graders on the team. So he started talking to me. He's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. And what's fucking crazy, bro? People think when you're 11 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, they think that your mind is functioning on like a child's mindset. Majority of the time, yeah, but a lot of the times we were thinking like way beyond our age. Cause my homie told me, listen, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I would never say nothing because I feel like y'all are like brothers and shit like that. But your homeboy jealous of you, gang. I'm like, jealous of me? Fuck are you talking about? And I always thought like this. I never thought folks would be jealous of me because I'm like, jealous of what? The shit that I do, they could do the same thing. No, they can't. That jealousy shit, I never thought folks was jealous of me, gang. I was like, what you mean, nigga, that's my cousin, nigga. Jealous of me for what, nigga? When I don't have, he got my back. When he ain't got it, I got his back. Jealous of me, how? He's like, bro, I'm just telling you. I don't know how cool y'all boys is, but for me, like, paying attention to how he act around your success, bro. I ain't never seen that man one time say, bro, you killed that shit, or congratulations. I never see him congratulate you or nothing, gang. Like, none of that shit. I ain't see him do that yet. For as long as I know y'all both, I ain't see him do that yet, bro. And I'm like, you know what? You might be right, gang. You might be right. I made the team. He never congratulated me, bro. I got into honors classes. The first thing my cousin told me when I got into honors classes was, how did your stupid ass get into honors classes? I didn't think it was that deep. And then I started replaying everything in my mind, bro. And that's when I started realizing this man, yeah, he ain't lying. I think cuz is envious of me. I think he's jealous of me. I think he mad that he feels like he's probably more advanced than I am. But I'm actually reaping the benefits because I'm the advanced one. So I started seeing it for what it was. And that same day, when we talked in that morning, we ended up going to classes. There was an announcement on the speaker throughout the whole school. This is one thing I loved about sports. The uniformity in sports, bro, the how it made you feel as a person being, part of something bigger than yourself. That was a different feeling, bro. I felt like a gladiator. There was an announcement in school. They said, all basketball players report to Coach Banks' office immediately. All basketball players report to Coach Banks' office immediately. So I looked at my teacher, and my teacher's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is like a red carpet. We get called out of our class. Like, what? So we go to Coach Banks' office. This day changed this changed my life. I was not the same after this, bro. We get to the office, gang, I see jerseys. I see shoes. I see just gear, bro. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And Coach Banks said, listen, everybody shut the fuck up. We sitting there, we listening. All crowded in his office. He said, this stack right here, we got away jerseys. This stack right here, we got home jerseys. All right? Pick the number, whatever number you choose. Make sure you get an away jersey and the home jersey the same number. And in these boxes are shoes that are the same, that are you guys' sizes, right? Oh my God, like, I'm so hyped because I feel like I'm part of something. And I'm finally gonna get my first taste of like basketball, like under the whistle, like proper basketball being played. So I'm in the office looking at my 6th grade homie like, bro, what? We actually are, like, I'm having an outer body experience. We're actually a part of this shit, bro. The only 6th graders ever in this middle school to ever be a part of this, right? So they went in seniority. Like, my coach used seniority. He's like 8th graders first, returners, 8th graders first. You get to pick your jerseys first, right? I'm like, all right, cool. The 8th graders ended up doing what they doing. They in there laughing. We outside the office. They laughing this, that, and the third. This, that. Was it? It was about 5 8th graders. 5 8th graders, and you know what I'm saying. Wasn't that much 8th graders. We had like 4 7th graders, and then me and my homie was the only 2 6th graders, right? So they leave. They got their gear. The 8th graders to me were so cool. They threw their jersey over their shoulders. They were tall. They were talking like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. Right? So they leave. Coach Bay goes, 7th graders. 7th graders get up. They go in the office. You know what I'm saying? One of the 7th graders was a starter too. Cuz was tough. He was a starter, gang. Like, he was tough. But went in the office. They in there talking. No, I want this one. I want this, that, third. I want this one. They grab their items. They grab their shoes, sneakers. They end up leaving. I was like, all right, y'all two, come on. Me and my homie, we get up. We go in the office. Oh, my God, bro. I'll say this. It's about like 4 jerseys left. 4 home, 4 away jerseys left. So my homie looked like, ooh, they left number 5. I'm taking number 5. This is my jersey. I'm taking number 5. Ooh. I'm just like, okay. I siphoned through the jerseys, number 23. And if anybody know me, I'm from 23rd and Jefferson. I done wore that number for 18 years. Wore it in high school and I wore it in college as well. They left number 23. Now, I don't know if they felt like that would be too corny, trying to make yourself resemble Jordan and shit like that. But they left that. And I was like, ooh, that's definitely my jersey. So I grab a home 23. I grab an away 23. I grab the home shorts, away shorts. I go in the corner. I look for the 7.5s. Grab my basketball sneakers, which was home and away shoes. I said, Coach Banks, thank you very much. He said, boy, them jerseys look like they swallowing you, man. I said, Coach Banks, appreciate you. Like, man, when you go outside, lay that jersey down, fold them, and put them in your little bag, man. You carrying, hauling around them jerseys. Like, all right, cool. I go outside my homie. We damn near come to tears, bro. We damn near come to tears, gang. We're the only 2 6th graders ever in this school's history to make the team. And I ain't going to tell you how we got a lot of clock too. We got a lot of clock that season. And I started a few games. This shit crazy. I started a few games, bro, as a 6th grader. So we damn near come to tears. And I'm sharing this experience with my new homie that I met. But the main reason why I'm kind of like emotional around this time, because my cousin. I can't share this experience with my cousin. I go back to class. My teacher's like, oh, okay, you got some new gear. Listen, I'm going to be coming to the games. I'm going to be coming. I'm just like, bro, this is an amazing feeling. That's So Raven. It was a show by Raven Simone. And on that show, there was a guy named Eddie. In Eddie's episode where he's trying out for the basketball team, right? He ends up making a basketball team. And what Eddie did was he ran around school screaming, I made He just ran around school screaming that I made the team. So, long story short, the day ends. We get on the bus. My cousin's sitting wherever he's sitting on the bus. I'm sitting in the back with my homie. We get off the bus. My homie go his way. Now, when we walk home, I let my cousin walk a little further ahead, and I just stay like spaces back, minding my business with my headphones and listening to my music. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm playing my little MP3, whatever. I'm not doing bad vibes. So, this is a Friday. We get home. They having a big ass toss-up tackle game. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go outside and play. Like, you know what I mean? I showed my mom the jerseys and all that. My mom was like, listen, we had a washer and dryer in the unit. My mom said, I'm going to wash these because you never know who was wearing these clothes. You don't know if your coach washed it or whatever. I was so protective over it. I was like, no, mom, it's fine. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. She's like, I'm going to wash them. So I was like, well, while you wash it, can I go outside and play? She's like, yeah, you go outside and play. When it started getting dark, come on inside, though. I'll let you have that. You deserve it a little bit. So they're having a big football game. I'm like, nigga, I'm coming to play. So I'm running from where I live at all the way down to the field. I made the team. I'm copying Eddie from That's So Raven. I made the team. I'm screaming, I made the team. In my neighborhood, we had a lot of homies in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my old heads. They're like, what you yapping about? I was like, yo, the middle school that I go to, I made the team. And I'm the only me and my homie, we the only sixth graders to ever make that team for that middle school. And they was like, oh, word? It's like, yeah, and these the old heads I'm talking to. They're like, yeah, I always knew you and Lil Derek was gonna make that team. And I'm like, nah, not him. He was like, what other homie you talking about? I was like, well, shit, I made a homie at the school. He's a sixth grader, I'm a sixth grader. We the only sixth grader that made it. It was like, damn, Derek ain't make it? I was like, nah. One thing about the old heads in the projects, bro, they're antagonistic. So when I was like, nah, bro, they go, hey, Derek, your little sorry ass ain't make the team. How he make it and you ain't make it? He put in that pain. Like, they amping me up, but they like sliding him on top of it. And I'm just like, bro, chill out. He's like, nah, hell nah. You be out here direct getting buckets, but when it come time to put that jersey on and actually make a team that matter, your ass ain't make it. He's like, you ass, young boy, like, just going at him. And mind you, he playing toss-up tackle. They play toss-up tackle in the field in football. Derek get mad. He get mad, go on the sidewalk, he put his shoes on, he start huffing and puffing, he walk home. Nah, it looked bad on my part because it looked like I gave him that information for him to make fun of my cousin. Was never the case. He just left, huffing and puffing, like. But the old head's like, man, do your thing. We gonna come to some of the games. Shit. You gotta hold your hood down. Somebody gotta do it. I mean, and I was very proud that the old heads would talk to me like that. They had respect for kids that wanted to do good in school and played sports, bro. So, long story short, though, even though that was a long-ass story, the season started, no support from my cousin whatsoever. My cousin started hanging with folks that was like smoking Black and Miles, smoking weed. I stayed in my honors classes. My cousin ended up getting kicked out of that middle school. And my mom would say, I seen Derek, when I was running errands today, I seen Derek up at the plaza just on a bicycle, riding around. What happened to him? I said, I heard he got kicked out of school. My mom was like, what? I'm like, yep. So yeah, I never got no props from my cousin, nothing like that. And the falling out of me and my childhood friend was the fact that I was succeeding in life. And now I'm at my big age. Bro, the reason why I ran down that story, because at my big age, I find myself like still dumbing myself down. That's how I know I'm cooked. I'm about to go hoop today, and there's certain things even now as an adult with the group of guys that I hang around with when I choose to, you know what I'm saying, hang around. They talk about sports betting. They talk about a lot of things on social media. I ain't got social media. Talk about how their dating life sucks. How women just want a guy with a bag. Like it's real bad out here. So as far as society goes, that's how I know for sure I'm cooked in society, gang. Like I don't fit in. I don't fit in here. It's been like that since I was a kid. I didn't fit in what, society, the masses of society would deem just then. And I don't fit into what the fuck going on now. I'm different. And my thing is, I accepted that about myself a long time ago, but I still move in incognito around what's going on today. Like, as far as dating goes, my height gets me in the door. I'm 6'4", so like that gets me in the door as far as dating goes, but I still got to put on a facade and play a specific game. And when I say a facade, not like me going, yeah, girl, I got bands, I got hella money, I got hella bread. Not that type of facade. I'd put up a facade of like I care about topics revolving around pop the balloon or celebrity gossip. I have to act like I give a fuck. I have to engage in those conversations because the things I really want to talk about, if I talked about that shit on a date, I don't think there would be a date. Because I live in a city where it's a lot of vain shit going on. A lot of vanity, gang. Like, and what a lot of people will say, like, I'll say something like, I can't talk to women about theoretical perspectives, conspiracy theories. What a lot of people will say is, no, there's some women that indulge in conspiracy. If they do, bro, it's on a minimal scale. I can't talk about how, the inception of black folks in the United States of America didn't start with the slave trade. Black folks been here before that. I can't talk about shit like that. Can't talk about shit like that with my peers. And I damn sure can't talk about shit like that with the women I'm trying to date. Because the city I live in is just vain. It's vain. Nobody wants to open their minds and talk about anything that doesn't have to do with Netflix original series, celebrity gossip, and just all around dumb shit. If you're moderate with talking about that shit, cool. But that seems to be what's consuming in people's lives. Like, a lot of shit's going on in the world, and people just want to stay on dumb shit. So, that long ass, drawn out story, reason why I ran that story down. And another thing, I like the fact that my YouTube channel is so small that I can actually have a story time and not worry about shit. I don't got to worry about idiotic comments. I don't got to worry about folks saying, man, why the fuck is you talking about this? I could just create my content in peace. But that's why I ran down that story, because the first time I started realizing that I don't fit in was from that story. I had a feeling that I would be a target if I showed that I was smart, if I showed that I was talented. I had a feeling I would be targeted. That story, what happened to me in middle school with my cousin, that proved what I was thinking was right at that time of me being a child. Right? And it's just the same story. To this day, bro, problems that I have with certain men or males, I shouldn't have them problems, but I got them problems with them dudes because they peek behind the curtains and actually see what I do in my life and see how I maneuver and realize, this might not be a degular guy. And they choose to beef with me instead of just, I don't know, linking with me and becoming a real nigga coalition. Now, I say this is not everybody. Everybody who sees or everybody who sees like a glow in me, they don't try to downplay that shit. They give me props, just do, and they actually realize who I am. And, you know, if they got a glow, I realize who they are, and we exchange positive energy. But for the males that they look at you and go, man, cuz got his own everything. He ain't got no problem with the women. And if both of us was to walk in the room, he probably will get more attention. Fuck her. That's how they look at it. Fuck her. They hate to see me coming. Like, the whole time I be minding my business. If I was a wretched human being, I would really lean on some of the things I got going on in life and just use and abuse that. But I'm not like that, though. I don't tell folks what I do for work. I don't tell folks what I got going on until they ask me. Because I know if I lead with that shit, it's going to be viewed as, you trying to flaunt the blessings you got in your life? So I don't lead with that shit. But I tell you this much. When folks ask and I actually let them know, they go, what? You actually do that for, yeah. And you were actually in school for it, yeah. Yeah, me. But yeah, as far as society goes, bro, I don't think marriage should be a thing we indulge in anymore because it's a contractual thing that has the government in your business. I don't think some of the things we were taught and raised on, I think we should delineate from that shit and let it go. For example, religion. We should throw that shit away. Take some of the good that we could use to benefit our lives from the aspect of religion, but you're still gonna have millions of Christians. You're still gonna have billions of Muslims. That's just what's gonna be at the end of the day. But I don't fit in. So I try not to stand out, because then when you try to stand out, you become a target. And one thing I don't want to become is a target. I will sit, play dumb, and maneuver smart behind the scenes. It's the only way I've been able to stay alive for this long, and I'm gonna just keep doing it. But just me having that realization that I don't fit into society, I always go back to that focal point, that story that I told of me being in middle school with my cousin, and that being when I had an epiphany of, oh shit, I think for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna fit in with a lot of people. That's when it dawned on me at that age, 11 years old, early age. But man, it's 11:58, it's 12, gang. I'm about to go get me some grub, something light. I ain't gonna do too much with the food because I'm pulling up to Hoop today. I'm definitely go to Hoop today. And you know what? I'm gonna go cook something. I ain't about to go buy no grub, even though there's hella food spots around here. I'm gonna go cook something. I feel light today. I feel real light. I feel like miking up and going to the courts to hoop and just, I don't know, spreading some good energy and just communicate with folks. Put my feet on land. But yeah, it's gonna be another one of them lives where I'm just yapping for hella long and I get to do so in peace without having to deal with folks telling me what I should talk about. And hey bro, you should honestly, it's just nobody watches my lives and I'm I'm like recording my lives in a part of the day where people are at work, I get to just freely chat and talk about life experiences, man. But yeah, we getting up out of here. We about to put foot on land, go hoop, get us something to eat first, and I don't know, man. I might go back on live later, talk about something else. But yeah, I'm out of here.